soon as I got on the bus.
You won't lock it.
Come on, man, we're hungry. Come on.
Go.
We're gonna make you work for it. No, that's what I said.
Alright.
I promise. You're good. Did you break your ass?
This sharp little.
Oh my god.
Are you alive?
I have my kidney.
Drive from Raleigh to Knoxville, Tennessee. We got me and Tyler in the Jeep for part of it, and then we link up with the bus, and we all ride together for a minute.
Tennessee! Woo! You're the only 10 I see.
We got a couple tins on here.
If you add us all together, I think we got one.
Yeah, we easily have 10 pounds.
Oh, yeah, that's true. But we empty the tanks.
On the way between Raleigh and Knoxville, we find the road of death, according to Edwin. So we left Raleigh. We just normal drive.
Yep.
Not a lot happening. Just 4 dudes trying to make it on the bus.
Yeah, it was just straight shot.
And then we get to, is it Knoxville to Nashville, where you take the road of death?
Oh my
was that?
god. So we use 2 GPS. We use one that basically it says where the bus can go, and we use the phones. But you know, whenever we're in those areas that they're like super countryside, we don't have any reception on the other one. So I used the phone one, and it took me to the scariest back roads, and there were signs like no trailers or whatever more than 30 feet, and I mean we're basically, it's like 60 feet
Pulling the Jeep, yeah.
because we're towing the Jeep. And it was like, I swear, it was like if I was driving in Puerto Rico. It was same thing. I mean, it was scary, super narrow, and yeah, super tense. I almost puked.
How much more do you have?
After that, I don't know, but I'm just gonna go through here so people can just pass me.
No, you can't get through here. You can't get out, Edwin.
I'm going down there.
How are you gonna?
There you go. That's how I'm gonna do it.
How far does it say for your turn?
6.6 miles. 6 miles.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. That's so tense. We made it! We're here.
Where's here?
I don't know, somewhere in Tennessee. Beautiful place.
How
We're
was-
about to go into that river right there.
How was that drive?
It was horrible. It was one of the worst hour and a half of my life. But we made it, we're here.
Now we're going from Knoxville to Nashville, and it's only like a 2 or 3 hour drive. So Tyler and I are in the Jeep the whole way. If you want to get footage of the bus driving,
Showing you that door, run, gotta have
We rocked out too hard.
and we knew we wanted to hit Broadway first. We wanted to show the bus and get the brand out there. Jeep in front, and the bus is behind us. tons of people on Broadway, so we do 2 laps on Broadway and basically honk, wave. We have people taking pictures of the bus. It was actually pretty cool. Then we find our RV spot in Nashville, and it happens to be on a lake about 20 miles outside of Nashville. We now had a really cool place to hang out when we weren't working, which wasn't a lot.
I don't even like coffee.
Brian,
Yes, sir.
I'm putting it here instead of this thing right here. Okay.
Because on Sunday my parents get there early and then we do laundry.
Nashville, we're coming for you.
Thursday morning, everybody else gets in, and so we meet up with them on Broadway.
So we end up in Nashville. Nashville, I thought, would be a really good spot to bring all of the T-Pig crew that's behind the scenes, the people that are doing the work every day.
For people watching the Takeover Tour series, you see a lot of the individuals that are on the bus and are in each of these markets, and they're promoting the Scoop Soldiers brand and the Pet Waste Millionaire brand. What you don't see is the folks behind the scenes who are helping Scoop Soldiers operate on a daily basis, the entity as a whole, the franchise system, that do so much to actually make the business and the system work.
And so we flew in spouses of our team, our leadership team. We did some lunch on Broadway. So we had initially planned for one of my all-time favorites, Hattie B's, Nashville hot chicken. The problem was the line was literally like 100 yards, and we had a group of 17 people. So we walked right next door. We got some live music. It was this awesome environment. But man, the booze started flowing. And let's just say that was the beginning of a budget busting trip. It was a blast, had a lot of fun, but it was the beginning of a budget busting trip, that lunch down on Broadway.
We're here in Nashville, Tennessee. I got my belt picked out with my belt buckle. I still got to get my boots, and I got to get a Western jacket that the real Pet Waste Millionaire is going to
Yeah, I'm buying because, you know, the Pet Waste Millionaire, he kind of cheap.
Yeah, like, hey, I'm actually
Chill, Daddy. Chill, Daddy.
Those are $700.
Chill, Daddy. Well, they're 30% off. So
Maybe I
that's
won't
okay.
get off.
We had everybody lined out at this huge stretch of like booth tables, and we were done at the end with Cahill, which is always a great time. Yeah.
I feel like at that dinner, it started, the vibe started to get more, like people were like, oh, now we're in Nashville. We've got some food.
Yeah, I think the travel weariness started to wear off a little bit, and everybody came to life. And we saw everybody's personality shine real big.
I got to experience and witness a lot of shenanigans that were, some might say life-altering, some meaning me.
What events what happened in Nashville?
A lot.
Another day.
What does that do?
I don't know.
further Nashville. We had 2 events planned. But in addition to the 2 working events, we also wanted to have some fun. And so we did golf.
Oh, this is going straight water.
No, it's not. It's not going anywhere.
Golf was a show, to say the least.
None of us really know how to play golf very well, not even Brian.
I see it.
So we get there, and we rented clubs for everybody because nobody's really a golfer. We're not bringing clubs. It's early. People are struggling. It's hot. It's like warm cat on you hot. Like that was the heat.
5,000 degrees outside with no wind and 1,000,000% humidity. I'm not dramatic. It was that hot. I think it was hole 7 where someone made a comment to Jeremy Langlitz, if you don't make it past the ladies' tee, you have to drop your pants on your next swing.
I love you, Jeremy.
I was able to hit record on my phone right at the perfect time as he took a swing. I've been friends with Jeremy for a few years now, and I've never been more proud of him for leaning into it. This is gonna sound weird, but taking his pants off and making us all laugh.
And so finally we called up Bus Mom Edwin, and we stopped him from his toy shopping, and he came to pick us up at the golf course, and apparently we were in rough shape. So we go to the lake spot, we jump in, we are telling stories, we're getting bit by fish, a good time hanging out with those dudes. And Friday night we go to Creek Brewing Company.
That is genuinely one of the coolest places I've ever been to. We've been traveling around doing these events across the US, and I've got to say what a unique and special thing Mill Creek has going on for themselves.
We go in, we set up our tents, basically the whole team plus spouses are there.
Hey y'all, I'm Heather.
Hey, I'm Ryan McCoy. We're the franchise owners of Nashville, Tennessee, and we're here at Mill Creek Brewing, hanging out, hosting a happy hour here with the Pet Waste Millionaire. So we do this a lot. Come down, join us anytime you see us in the area with the T-Pig Tour. Subscribe on YouTube and all the other socials there for Pet Waste Millionaire, and come check us out.
Hope to see you soon.
Don't look at me, look at the camera.
I can't. Hope to see you soon.
But it was very family friendly, so we were making little poodle balloon dogs. By the way, that's an innovation of our Tucson franchisee, making little weenie dog balloons for the kids. So we were making balloons. We had an awesome showing. It was actually one of the best because we had so much space. We had the kids over trying to see how quickly they could scoop up little fake poop. And so we had that, we had the balloons. That was on a Friday night. Had a good time.
Saturday, we went to Big Machine Distillery in Tavern in Berry Hill and hosted another happy hour.
We parked the Jeep right in front, like the front entrance. We put our tents right there. And besides it being, again, 9,000 degrees and 1,000% humidity, it was a great event. Lots of people were coming up to us talking about Scoop Soldiers. We were talking about Pet Waste Millionaire. We had, I want to say, like 40 subscribers to our YouTube channel that came by that want to know more.
I'm Jeremy Langlitz, and I work for White Picket Team, and we're here at Big Machine in Nashville, Tennessee to talk about Scoop Soldiers and the Pet Waste Millionaire brand.
I really thought it was like...
Jeremy has drunken so much. He has no idea what's going on right now.
Yeah, sure.
He's eating my potatoes from my plate.
He is desperate for some food. Here's the truth. I had one drink, and Jeremy is going to have to drive home today.
Really?
Yes.
Oh.
Being a part of the T-Pig crew has actually been pretty rewarding. Going out and meeting with people in the community to talk to them about Scoop Soldiers, talk to them about the Pet Waste Millionaire brand, what we're about, why we exist. I know it's small talk, and I may never see these people ever again, but just to find a cool 1 to 2 minute conversation with people, because I believe that there's more things that connect us as people than it does that divide us, right? And it's just important for us as individuals to go out and make those kind of connections and be proactive about finding those commonalities among each other.
We got to meet Cassie. Ben did a great interview with Cassie. She's a sweetheart. She does all the events for Big Machine.
So I remember when when I was telling you about like what our mission is and the things that we're trying to do here, you mentioned like this is definitely the place to be at, because so tell us about this place.
So Big Machine Distillery and Tavern, it became probably a restaurant maybe 5 years ago. It was first a tasting room only. We started with just a small little pizza oven where all we made was pizza and let people try our spirits. We eventually moved into a food truck where we expanded our menu just a little bit more. And then about a year and a half ago, we got a brand new commercial kitchen and a new executive chef and created this awesome environment where we have fun brunch over here at the distillery.
Nashville hot sandwich.
Yes. Do it.
And then I thought the day was over. Then Ben decided to surprise us and be like, "No, you guys are going to Franklin, Tennessee, and you're going to pass out scoop cards." Now, Franklin and Nashville are about 30 miles apart, so give or take 40-minute drive. We're hot, we're tired, we look like death. But Tyler and I rally and we drive down there and hit up about 7 businesses, pass out our cards, let them know who we were, had a little fun while doing it.
It's time for Daddy to do what he does.
All in all, it was an amazing trip, and the team and the group of people we were there with really made it something special. So it's one of the better memories I'm gonna have on this tour. So I'm excited.
Next day, we were driving from St. Louis to Kansas City, and basically like an hour before getting to Kansas, I was driving, and a freaking explosion just went off on the bus, and it was just like chaos for the next like maybe 30 seconds, but it felt like a freaking movie. We started seeing the damage, and it was horrible.
Trying to get the thing open. So yeah, so we've got the drive shaft that we had to pull out. You can look how ripped it is. This got all blown out. All of this, you can see, broken, shattered.
So we waited 8 hours for a tow truck to come. Then we drove behind the truck for another hour, and we drove the Jeep from Kansas to our houses. So it took us like 9 hours more. So we had like a 26-hour day, 28-hour day. It was really fun.